Okay, I've had enough of listening to the lies while being silent because God forbid anybody should be able to defend themselves against liars. Okay, first of all, what you did was you were sitting there saying really disgusting, despicable things about me for no reason. Okay? You keep talking about this cancer card. Would you like to take it? Would you like me to mail you the cancer card that you think people with cancer use? I've never heard of anything so ridiculous in my entire life. You act as if people with cancer even deserve to be spoken of. Nobody deserves to be spoken about in derogatory ways, whether they have cancer, whether they have depression, anything at all. If they don't even have any of those things, they don't deserve to have live streams ran about them just sitting there bashing them and being threatened repeatedly. Okay? What happened with Tiffany and I was absolutely not how it's being explained in a particular live stream that's going on. Absolutely not. That is not how it happened. But you're not going to sit there and say how it happened because you just said yourself that you are on that particular person's side. So you're just twisting this narrative. Here's the deal. I don't really give a shit about what happened in your past and what you think and this and that and this and that. Um, Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, first of all. So if you want to sit there and call me terminal, call yourself terminal because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, we are all terminal. In fact, you may have a life threatening disease right now that you don't even know about. 2 weeks from now, you may get diagnosed with something and be like, wow, I wasn't even expecting that. And then where's your shitty comments about saying that I deserve what I'm getting? It's my karma. You don't even know me. I'm 53 years old. How long have you had any kind of interaction with me? For a year? So, what exactly can you actually like? What do you determine that somebody deserves cancer? I mean, and where do you get off laughing about it and wishing it on people? You guys sat there wishing it on people. I mean, what's your what's your problem? I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope within the next couple of weeks you do fucking find out something about your fucking self. Because you guys are fucking evil. Evil. See, I don't believe in karma because I've seen good people do great things for people, and then next thing they're in a car accident and dead, or in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. And maybe they've given and been generous their whole entire life. And people will say, to comfort them, God works in mysterious ways. But evil is predictable. And the shit that is coming out of these liars' mouths is predictable. And what's predictable is that there's, you know, over 40 people over there listening to pure evil and lies. And when the truth is being told, oh, they got no use for the truth. I mean, the truth? Who wants to hear that? That won't fit our narrative. I never came out and attacked Ollie. I never came out and attacked anyone. Okay? Never. Never. But I certainly didn't pretend to be somebody's friend and record them when they were saying that something very extreme and traumatic happened to them when they were a child, and then let it out on social media, and then they eventually ended up killing themselves. I've never done that. Never. I've never. uh, Really, I've never even entertained the thought that people could be this disgusting and disgraceful. Seriously. Holly did not, did not sit there and say, Tiffany, was doing that. No, it wasn't like that. Ollie still came at Tiffany after she, decided to uh, be on this road to forgiveness and accountability, even her own, and took down her videos about Ollie. The very next live stream Ollie was having, she started it off by talking about saying Tiffany's father was molesting her. That's what happened. I mean, stop it with your lies. Trying to blame everything on me. Fucking simmer down. Like, I don't have enough on my plate without having to fucking deal with this stupid bullshit from people that have no respect for human life or anything at all. I mean, shut up. Trying to blame it all on me. Yeah, I just went off and started attacking strangers that I didn't even know existed. Shut up. I'm just really in shock that I don't know, just people sitting there and they think it's okay to talk about people's children to um and I'm not even like saying that Katie and her kids being talked about isn't bad. It is. It is bad. Talking about anybody's children is bad. And if somebody photoshopped a picture and put it in place of something and then yeah, then that's bad. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I certainly disagree with wishing people, have cancer and saying people have tried to pimp out their child. I think that shit's disgusting. I really, it doesn't even really matter to me at all what evil people wish upon me because I don't really give a shit. I don't even know these fucking people. I could care less. But I do think that it is wrong to sit there and make up lies and say that this happened and that happened this way and that oh, she made my GoFundMe for PR. She didn't make my GoFundMe. I mean, why don't you just cut the shit, man? What's your fucking gig? Like they weren't even talking about you over there, and you guys were sitting there just fucking yucking it up about people who have had cancer. I mean, you mentioned three people. Tiffany said she had cancer. Piston Excellence said she had cancer, and I have cancer, and all you guys did was sit there giggling about it. And even if I didn't know you or who you were talking about, I would still find it disturbing. Anyone with any shred of decency should find that shit disturbing. Because it is. It's disturbing that there's people that will lie just to get people riled up. No matter how many times I said, I never said you got your kids taken away, you still kept saying that I said that. Like it didn't matter. You're the one who want people to think that about you. Not me. I never said you got your kids taken away. You know, you showed what you showed. It wasn't the same thing I saw. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Um, but it wasn't on YouTube that I saw it. But I mean, hey, If somebody photoshopped you and was saying that stuff, then hey, that's fucked up. I agree. I just think that it's pretty shitty that you're even coming at me. Like, I didn't do anything to you, Katie. And you've been coming at me for a couple of weeks. For a couple of weeks. And I'm just, I'm just, fucking shaking my head. Like, how can you sit there and say that everything Tiffany says is a lie, except, thank you, I appreciate that, Jason, except what Tiffany was supposedly telling you that I was supposedly saying about you behind your back. So everything Tiffany says is a lie when it's something that you don't like, but her supposedly telling you that I was saying all this rotten shit about you is truth. You don't get it both ways. Either everything is a lie that comes from Tiffany, according to you, or everything is truth. You don't get to pick and choose what fits your narrative. And you don't get to say, oh, but that's true because, that fits my anger and my rant right now. You see what I'm saying? So when Tiffany says, right, and I don't think that Tiffany said those things. I know that we had our hard times in the past and we've smoothed that out, you know. But on the flip side, this other woman, she doesn't get to sit there and all of a sudden, whatever Tiffany said that supposedly said that I was saying that about her, that person, is suddenly now Tiffany's truth, right? But if it's about her, it's a lie. I mean, you don't get it both ways. How does that even back up everything that she's been ranting and raving about then? Suddenly, according to her, Tiffany was a credible source when telling her that I was talking about her, if she even did that. I mean, I don't get it. Is Tiffany a liar or is she not? Yeah, and I mean, you know what though, Jason? I really believe that people who are sad and miserable, they would love company. Why wouldn't they want company? So that they wouldn't be sad and miserable anymore, right? I mean, so logically, someone who was sad and miserable would love company. I think that thing is just to make people have less compassion, to be honest. You know what I mean? I think they could make people be isolated with that saying because here's the thing. I mean, there's like loads of people that want to hear lies about me, and yet I'd be stressed if I had to sit there and let people tell lies about me and compromise my convictions or talk shit. I mean, how's somebody going to get mad about people photoshopping their picture to say something they were neglecting their kids while they were sitting there for hours saying somebody was pimping out their own children and putting flashlights and Legos and having mother and son? How are they going to get mad about something that they're sitting there doing themselves? I've never seen Tiffany talk about anybody's kids, especially that person. I'm like in shock. Nothing's off limits to their bad behavior. I clearly said when that person whose live stream that is said, "When did I ever come at you?" I clearly said, "You haven't until when I saw." And then they went on to say, just because of the last 2 days they've gone after me, because for 2 weeks I've been saying they were a suicide troller. Not necessarily, no. 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks. Uh, not 2 weeks. And I didn't say they were a suicide troller. I said that a certain community of people appear to seem to want to go after people like that. Now, I'm not going to lie, prior to, you know what, and I don't even think that, I feel like it's almost, even when they're going against each other, they enjoy it. They enjoy going against each other in the most vicious, vicious attack. And I can't understand it. You would think that I'm sorry, I can't even wrap my head around it. Can't even wrap my head around it. This woman's like lying, saying that I came on the scene and just started attacking people and then say, but I have cancer, you can't come after me. No, that's not how it went at all. I got attacked when I got diagnosed with cancer, but I was already being harassed on YouTube by one particular person. As it appears to me, I think that particular person was kind of going after that whole entire community because they were so doesn't take a rocket scientist. Um, I'm just surprised to see like a couple of people that would be in one room and then be in the other room because like friendly like too. And that's so shocking to me because I mean, but here's another thing. I did see Bobbles on that to a live stream, and she really wanted to know who the Stephanie B was. But this other person said, I've received emails from the Stephanie B saying this, saying that. So basically, they could tell Bobbles who Stephanie B is. Or not Stephanie B, Sheila B. I don't know why I'm saying Stephanie B. Sheila B, I guess is the name. And yet they let her sit there and wonder who it is. But that person's been getting emails from them, so they must kind of know who it is. And apparently they think they're very credible because I don't find credibility in anybody that's not, ever able to actually cam up and act like, a normal, decent person. Yeah. I don't know who Mr. Bill is, but apparently there's somebody that is just a troll that has to go around places and fucking sit there and stir trouble. Evidently for me, somebody who personally doesn't like me. Personally, go fuck yourself, Mr. Bill. Whether you're a woman or a man, I feel like you're a woman, but you can go fuck yourself anyway. But here's just one last little thing I want to leave you guys with. When you think that you're telling me some shit that you think that I don't know, chances are I probably already did. I'm not stupid. I absolutely am always on my toes, and it's very rare I miss a trick, and I don't mean a trick like how you people think. Uh, but you know what I mean. Very rarely do I not, very rarely, if ever, am I oblivious, okay, to what's going on. But also on the, along those lines, very rarely do I give a crap, honestly. I mean, these people, they go on and on and on in their live streams and then say they're evil, they're dark, they hate people, blah, 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 blah. well, sure invest quite a bit of time sitting there trying to stress that. I mean, really, um, if that's how you feel, that's your prerogative. You can, go around stressing that you're evil and dark and you hate people and you'll do this and you'll do that and you'll stop at nothing. But I mean, basically, aren't you just kind of proving everything that you're trying to negate? Seriously. Why does anybody want to be so evil and dark and hateful? Who giggles like that? I mean, yeah. And yes, I did come on and make a video. Oh no, Mr. Bill. How horrible. How horrible for you that I also speak my mind, especially when I see bad behavior. Now, you've got, zero infinity up there, right? Okay. Sorry to mention the name, but I am. Because here's the thing. He sat there in that live stream and made some good points saying, well, the way to defeat that is to be kind. And I agree totally with that. But if you can't honestly say to these people that you disagree with their behavior, then I don't know, contradictory to your agreeable stance on how to end so much evil in the world. Because if people can stomach that kind of shit, then you're really messed up. Not just that particular person. I mean, as a group, just messed up. Like for some woman to keep saying that I said something that I didn't say over and over and over again. Doesn't matter how many times I say, nope, that's not what I said. Nope, that's not what I said. They still just keep repeating it over and over and over and over because they know that the vibes in that room are so bad that it'll be pretty easy to manipulate those people into believing what they want them to believe. You can surround yourself with evil if that's what you want to do. You can call my cancer karma, but you're terminal as well. Your tomorrow isn't guaranteed. But if you're the type of person who has any type of faith or anything at all, I tend to think those people kind of worry about where they'll end up, in if there's an afterlife or where they'd end up in an afterlife, or if they've lost people that they love and they think they were just the kindest hearted people and they are definitely in, quote unquote heaven, right? And they want to see them again. And I find it very hard to believe. that they think their behavior is acceptable. Telling a pretty much complete stranger that cancer is their karma. Hello, Stu. They don't know me. And they don't know that even today, there was a kid standing there with a sign. I gave him $1. I'm not loaded. I'm kind of broke myself, but I gave him $1 because I do believe that, you know, I don't know his story behind him. And um, whatever. Yeah, that's been happening um, since I was diagnosed with cancer, to be quite honest with you. Before that, I never, ever, ever got harassed or trolled or anything. Thank you, Sue. I'm just saying, I think that it's such a coincidence that they mentioned three people that, had been diagnosed with cancer and wished them ill health. And I find that that's ironic because no, I don't believe in karma. Because if there was such a thing as karma, then I wouldn't have cancer and they would. And there are a lot of people that are very evil would. But you know what I see? I see evil people and they'll win on scratch tickets. They'll get it. They'll have all the luck in the world. And I gotta feel like that's probably to see if they ever become grateful and better people. And then maybe if there's such a thing as reincarnation, they'll have to come back and have everything rotten happen to them, all the misfortune. They're going to feel like if it wasn't for bad luck, they'd never have any luck. All because they just couldn't be grateful. They had to laugh at people that are stricken with something that they don't have and think it's funny. Like as if their life is all rainbows and flowers. Everything that they're saying is so contradictory to their own lives and how they really believe. Think about what they're saying. If they were going to tell me I'm experiencing my karma right now, I can honestly tell you that in some people's lives, there are some things going on that just make them so sad and so miserable that they should ask themselves if they're not experiencing their own karma as well. Like, do they think that they are really, do they really think that they are that wonderful and pure of heart and their life is so rosy? Like, is there nothing, honestly, nothing, no problems with their children, no problems with their health, no problems with people photoshopping their pictures? That could be defined as their karma. See, rotten shit happens to good people and bad people, and good shit happens to good people and bad people. Thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. I don't know any mean cancers are a cannot. I mean, for this person even to say, well, maybe it's the medication she's on. Maybe it's the medication. Well, what sort of medications are they on that make them so evil that they would giggle and tell somebody, you are wonderful for saying that. You say what everybody's saying. Where do they get off? I mean, what kind of medication were they on when they recorded their friend telling them about a traumatizing event in their life when they were in childhood and then putting it on social media? What kind of medication are they on that's affecting their brain that they think it's okay to say somebody is pimping out their own child in a mother and son thing? I wish that I could say that it was their cancer medication because apparently people with cancer say crazy things, and I can't understand what do they have. Maybe they have cancer and they don't realize it in their brain or something. Maybe they don't realize it because if somebody wishing cancer on people and saying good and saying somebody is advertising mother and son sex, if that seems normal to you, then no wonder why you don't like me. Because I would never, ever, ever, ever sit there and repeatedly every night just sit there and bash somebody that just up until recently you called them a friend. You know, a friend that you call a liar about you, but, you know, totally honest about everything they supposedly said about me, right? Fit your narrative, lay off me, lay off me, because I don't give a fuck about you. I don't even give enough of a fuck about you to retaliate in the same way that you would attack. Expending my energy to take down evil that will eventually destroy its own self isn't in my agenda. Just here to defend myself. Really, I don't give a fuck about fucking anything that, I really don't. Go ahead, giggle about me having cancer. What a prize you are. As a man, threaten women. Right ahead, I never did anything to you. But you say that you're such a great troll. You guys been doing it for 10 years. You're the best at it. So, I mean, aren't you basically confirming everything that you're trying to deny? What kind of shit is that? So you don't do that stuff and blah, 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 but you do that. I mean, come on, man. Fucking grow up, man. How old are you people? After 10 years of harassing people, it's still that enjoyable to you? Why is that? Did you somewhere along the line lose your credibility to make a difference? Perhaps you went into YouTube with a direct plan to make a difference and got lost along the way. Maybe your dark evil side came out and people saw it and then it was just too late to retract. I mean, I don't really get it. Anyhow, if somebody's a liar, they're always a liar. Not just when you want that to fit your narrative, okay? And you are lying. And I'm not terminal, but here's the thing. We're all terminal, so I guess I am terminal. We're all gonna die. You let me know when you don't think you could end up getting hit by a car or having a heart attack or anything at all. You let me know. You let me know when you don't think that you have been so evil and disgusting enough that you might just be so evil and disgusting to somebody that that's the last time you get to be evil and disgusting to somebody. You never know, do you? I mean, really, I mean, if somebody was terminal with a disease, what would they have to lose, right? According to you guys, right? What would they have to lose? That's what I'm saying. So, fortunately for them, I'm not terminal. Fortunately for them, I'm not. And fortunately for them, I am spiritual. I am a good person, and I do have faith, and I do believe in the afterlife. I could be wrong, but hey, we all need something to believe in, and I'm certainly not going to believe that cancer is karma because I'm pretty certain we all know that there's something we all could point out in our lives and say, if I believe in karma, I got to think I deserve that. And that's, nah, I wouldn't want to believe that. But to try to convince somebody with cancer that their cancer is karma, you won't. I could go so more deeper and cut to the bone level, but I won't because just, I just wouldn't do it. But use your imagination of what you think your karma might be right now. Peace, love, and tacos.